Hey guys, Michael Bay's Transformers, The Last Night came out this past weekend. I saw it. I did not like it. I did not care for it. It was very confusing. Michael Bay, yet again, being very chauvinistic with the way he treats women and how he objectifies them and how he attempts to make it seem like they're important and vital while at the same time still putting them in ridiculous outfits and infantizing them. It didn't do well, but it made money. It technically is the number one movie in the box office at the moment, but for the amount of money that was spent on it and the amount of money that they have made on previous Transformers films, this one did quite terrible. I couldn't wait for the film to be over. I was so exhausted with everything that was going on. It was so convoluted. There were too many characters. Some characters they would introduce early on, and then you wouldn't see them until way later in the film. The plot made no sense with the overall canon. There was just so many mistakes throughout. I did not care for the film. And that's my doorbell. And yeah, so I'm gonna say no to Transformers for anyone who wants to see it. Don't waste your money or your time because you'll never get it back. And yeah, as much as I appreciate the amount of time, effort, and just thoughts that have to go into producing a huge blockbuster with that many visual effects, I feel sad for those who had to work on all of that. It wasn't as bad as Independence Day Resurgence. No offense to anyone who worked on that. Anyone who works hard on stuff, you have to appreciate the amount of time and effort that they put into it. But if a script's not good, it's not your fault. And yeah, Transformers: The Last Night, it was just filled with plot holes and things that made no sense and things that aren't even slightly realistic. There's like a scene where lawyers are in a desert. That's not how that works in the real world. And just even when they're trying to empower women, it's still over-sexualized, and it's just old. And we don't live in a time where that's acceptable anymore. So, yeah, it's time for Michael Bay to start waking up and to actually seeing women as other human beings and not as objects. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. That's the way I feel. This is more of a review than a theory. But in terms of theory, I'm just going to say this. I don't foresee Transformers making a new film with Michael Bay. It still makes money, but at least I project that the smartest choice they can do is honestly revamp it. There's been talks about a Bumblebee movie, and I think that is possible to happen. But they're really going to have to take it in a whole new direction if they're keeping the same franchise. And I also think that it's a good idea that if they want to get into the universe building atmosphere, they're going to have to figure out what the heck G.I. Joe is, and they're going to have to figure out what other toy franchises they're going to do. There's been a lot of talk about doing these rando Hasbro characters and stuff, and that's fine. By all means, do it. But make it work. Make sure that the script is good. Get the right people behind it. Otherwise, there's no point in making movies. Money is one thing, but the audience, the demographic audience out there, people are wising up. People have higher demands. They expect better written stuff. I appreciate people just doing and getting stuff out there, but there's a reason why my major, huge script I've been working on for the last couple of years hasn't come come to fruition because it's too expensive, and there's still plot holes. You know, I understand there's schedules, people have to reach certain dates, there's studio pressure, there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of reasons, but yeah, Transformers needs a whole new revamped style, look, script writing, everything. It's just, it needs to go away. It's done, it's over, we've moved on. And so that's my theory. This has been my first ever Fan Theory Realistic. What's your realistic views? I don't know. I'm working on that. We'll see what I come up with. That's a terrible tagline. All right. Yeah. You guys take care.